The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tiger Technician Hour with your host, Basil Chapman. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, Basil Chapman.
Hi, everyone. Basil Chapman, Tiger Technicians Hour on this very snowy, blustery, windswept Newton, Massachusetts. Wow. In fact, all along the East Coast, I think we're getting it. Anyway, the Dow is at all-time highs at up 146 at 25,069. So far, it's kind of sliced through the 25,000 level. I'm still thinking that there's going to be a bounce in January above and below the 25,000 level, and that's going to become a resistance. That's just the way I'm thinking right now. Meantime, back at the ranch, you'll see that the E-mini is up 14, a little less than the Dow in percentage terms. The Dow is up 0.60, and this E-mini is up 0.53%. So this is a leg D. Bumping into resistance here. It doesn't say it has to stop there, but it is a resistance area between 27.40 and slightly higher, maybe actually 27.38 to 27.42. It's trading at 27.25 right now. What was that? Leg D in the daily, leg F/B in the weekly, and the 120-minute chart just made a leg E, and it could turn into a peak E, and maybe for the day we're getting a little tired. We'll see what happens here. I just wanted to show that support is at 27.17 on the 120-minute chart, but actually what I really want to do is just take a moment and show you that the 10-minute right here, the 5 and the 10-minute chart, both of them made a top. The one made a 5-minute made a peak E at 27.25. What does a peak E and a D mean? It means in the Chapman wave methodology, we try to identify the lowest low bar and merely count each successively higher peak. And after the fourth peak, alphabetically A, then B, then C, D is a fourth peak. Other things can happen, it can go on, but that's where you kind of lift your foot off the accelerator, hover over the brake, and we wait to see what's going to happen. Here we go. We made an E, extended up because the 9-period moving average wasn't even touched. It was moving higher. The MACD was good. Stochastic was good. The on-balance volume reversed sharply at that E, and it was an F in the 10-minute chart at 27.29, round number high. And now we're going to see what kind of retracement do we have. That makes this whole area of the 27.29 to 27.31 strong resistance on the day. And I would just say that below 27.20 at any point during the day, and you will start a corrective process. That's the way I'm looking at it. This is intraday, of course. It's 5 and 10-minute charts. Let's go on. The Dow. It broke out. I thought that the 29,900s would be resistance. No, it's gone right through. And I'm calling this, at least for now, I'm still going to keep calling it an F in the daily chart. MACD hasn't even crossed positive, and here it is moving. This is really momentum based on buying, based on the way the stochastic has held above 80%, it's at 87%, and the on-balance volume is at a high, still doing very nicely, and that's been giving support. 24,835 is the near-term support, I should say short-term support in the daily to 24,740s. Below that, other things will start to happen here. Calling it leg F in the daily, a leg E in the, there's a leg E in the weekly, and you've got a leg E in the monthly, and the 120-minute chart has only gone to a leg C. So there should still be at least an attempt to make a slightly higher high. Let's go to the S&P, SPX.X. Here we go, S&P 500. Now, this, I'm really calling this G/C. It looks to me like it's going to be more to C. I'm going to put a G/C because that's the alternative wave count, just so that you're ready, that there could be a pullback. MACD did cross back positive. The stochastic strong at just over 87%, 87.16, and over the 80% level. On the on-balance volume, the blue line is good. It's not great, but it is rallying. Look at this leg D in the weekly chart, and the technicals here are very strong. and look at the monthly, still, it's not 26.95s anymore. This is a leg D, very strong in the S&P monthly index. I was asked if I look at it on a monthly basis. Look, we've had one little red candle, and even then it was an apologetic peak C because the high in March of last year was 2,498. Oh, look at that. 2398.60, 2 points lower from the top in April to the top in May, and it makes a peak next month, just skyrockets. So you've had it since November. So that's 12, that's 13, 14 months. You've had, is that correct? Yes, from November of 2016, you've had 14 months and one red candle. That's incredible. I thought January would be a red candle. Still could be, but so far it's a green candle. All right, let's keep going. QQQ, trading higher. This is a tough one. Has this restarted? Is this an F/C? I'm suspecting that it is, and I'm going to call it an F/C, meaning that the technicals are good. No, not great, but they're good. In fact, they're just okay. Price is price, and price spiraled higher. So I'm going to call this, give it the benefit of the doubt, a doji candle. We'll see. Make it real simple. If there's a close today in the QQQs at 160.52, up 49 cents. If there is a close, the open was at 160.79. So if there is a close somewhere near this and you get this kind of plus sign doji candle, any pullback tomorrow that takes it under 159.50, a point lower, says, oh, be a little careful here. But if it's more than 2 points without making a new high going into the end of the week, that says, hey, maybe we've made some kind of a short-term top right here. Let's go on. And the upside has got a trend line resistance right there at 162.50. So that's another 2 points higher. Still only a leg C in the monthly chart. That's incredible. So let's go on. We want to look at the IWM, which was lagging. It's still lagging a little bit, but it's gone to 155.15 high, just under the 155.41 all-time high to go to a leg D. This is what I said. I think that there could be a peak C1, C2, C3. In the Chapman wave methodology, or just a nominal high. And then we've got to be somewhat careful because it looks to me like the IWM, Russell 2000, is starting to fail. It's at 154.40, up 34 cents. Just there are signs in the weekly chart that says, wow, you need to see a big move into the 157.50, 158.30s within the next week or two, because otherwise it's just showing a little bit of stalling. Now, what we're looking at is gold. So gold pulls back. Now it's up $2.20 at 13.20. Really good action, strong action. Still a leg A. I would not be surprised if we're getting to some kind of a digestive phase right now. Digestive doesn't mean a sell signal, sell mode. It just says the next pullback you've got to consider as some kind of a buying opportunity, but it depends on how deep it is or how shallow it is as to how high it's going to go after this single leg A up in the daily and a single leg A up in the weekly chart. Let me show you something very interesting. The GDX is actually unchanged, 23.57, and that's suggesting nice action. It's got support, especially with the MACD and stochastic so good. So 22.34 is the key support. It's at 23.57 right now. I'll be right back. Basil Chapman, Dow's up 150, S&P's up 13. Be right back, and we'll look at a lot of the emails that I got requested.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. Everbank Bank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com. The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN and you'll find the Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now.
Basil takes your phone calls. Now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Hi, everyone. We're back. Just figuring out some things here. Okay, here we go. I'm going to just go through this again. I was told there were just some interferences. Let's do this. IWM, peak C1 at 155.41 on the 4th of December. This is the Russell 2000. Slightly lower peak C, I call it in the Chapman, peak C2 at 154.77 on the 19th of December. Now we've gone to a high of 155.15 underneath the all-time high. I'm going to call it just for now peak C3. Doesn't have to be. I think it could still go a little higher to D, and that would be very positive in the weekly chart because that would definitely be a leg E/C. Very good. So what's really important here is that I think that the IWM is lagging a little bit in terms of the technicals in both the daily and the weeklies. And that's really, you can see it's paying the piper. All the others are really screaming at new highs. Just a quick question was, if I would look at the, that's the QQQ here, same thing. This is the one that I'm using kind of as a benchmark, screamed high over the last 3 days. Today's a little doji sign. What I said very clearly was that if there is a doji candle, if it opens at 160.59 and closes really close there, and then tomorrow, instead of making a new high, there's actually a sudden pullback, and that pullback takes it under 159, say 159.80 on a closing basis, then you've got to be careful. They maybe it's making a bit of a short-term top here because the MACD and stochastic are good, but they're not great. They're really not confirming the price move. Just a few stocks are really pushing very sharply to the upside, and that's helping the QQQs. So now let me go back. I want you to show silver here. Unlike gold, silver's already in leg C, and it says to me that 1725, the whole area between 1710 and 16.92, that's going to be, I think it's going to be tested over the next few days. But here's a really big thing. The dollar had a really good day yesterday, which is a little bit surprising. Today it's holding okay, making a cluster formation. This is what I call the sandwich. And if you look at the sandwich, you see that red candle 3 days ago? See the green candle, almost like an inside bar, not quite because it made a slightly higher high. And you see today slightly lower high, slightly an exact same high of 1926 and a slightly lower low. Well, if there is a push from this cluster formation up, and that 92.44 9-period exponential moving average is pierced without taking out the low of the 2nd of January, 91.75, that would say, at least in the short term, you should start to see another arch formation in the weekly chart of the Dow. For some reason, we're still not stopped out because we were lucky to pick the exact day of the low after that 70-week, 35-week high and the 35-week low back down to the 91s. So there's some cushion, but really, this is not great action. If you look at the euro, EUR-USD, and you look, this is a leg E in the euro-dollar currency pair. Didn't quite, look at this, the high that was made on the week of the 8th of September at 1.20921. The high so far is 1.20. Aha! It made a new high. So this is this ABC. Wow. I'm calling this a leg B for the moment. And it's a new leg B in the monthly if that's a new high. Yeah, 1.2029. 1.20. Whoa, it hasn't done it yet. Very interesting. So this is still a G and it's gone to a gray B. And that B says, if there's a significant push, I'm going to have to say significant. I want to see 121, 1.215 in the euro-dollar currency pair to say, you know what, I think there could be a brand new buy mode in the weekly chart, not just an alternate count. Wow, that'll be really exciting for those people along the euro because that'll also help the dollar. But if you look at the, that'll also help gold. But if you're looking at the dollar, that's going to say, this is going back to retest the 91. Oh, my eye says that it should be going back to retest the 91.01. But as I say, I'm watching this cluster formation. If the cluster formation becomes a resistance point, the dollar could go quite quickly down to the 88 level. So this is going to be a very important part. I think it's important for the market as well as for both the market and both the technicals and the market. So now what I want to do is to show you something very interesting here. Let me just... wait a minute, what did I do there? Messed it up. Okay, so now I want to look at the USD JPY, which is a Japanese yen dollar currency pair. Nice move up today, but there's that arch formation. But look, this is important because when the dollar came off its low, already from the 27th of November, the yen had made its low at 110.83. It was already moving higher. So this whole move said to me that there is some credence to thinking that the dollar is going to hold a little bit better and not test the 91 low that it made. But the dollar's the dollar, and it didn't hold that uptrend support line. It took it out. So here we've got a bit of a conflict. Let the prices tell us where everything's going. High-grade copper right now. This is the pullback that I'm anticipating we can expect in gold. Get back to the 9-period moving average, maybe a little bit lower. We'll see what happens here. This is a peak C in the high-grade copper. The weekly chart broke out very nicely. It hasn't closed above the high that was made the week of the 20th at 3.2825. You've got these left side, right side price time matches have been working beautifully in so many charts. Look at this. The high-grade copper looks like it wants to get to the high that was made, the first high of significance, July the 14th, July of 2014 at 3.44. If this pattern, with the Chapman wave left side, right side cup formation, and the Chapman wave inside wedge target zone works its magic, then by April, we should have done that. It could be sooner, but I'm saying by April. That's the match that we'd be looking at. So we're looking at high-grade copper. Wait a minute. Crude oil hasn't given up anything yet. It's in leg C in the daily, leg F in the weekly, calling it an F. This has an instant restart look, but here's the left side, right side price time match. Look at that. Broke out exactly to the week. Bam, went out, and now it's in a leg B. Actually, it's in a leg C in the monthly chart. So this is very good action. So high-grade No, this is not high grade. This is crude oil is looking very strong at 62.07, up 44 cents. Makes the support between 60 and a quarter and 59 and a half. Really important support over the coming week or two. What am I missing here? I'm missing TLT, of course. The TLT. I said yesterday, I believe it's in a trading band. This trading band right now is between 120, about 126 and a half and 124 and a half. It's at 125.67, down 42 cents. Going to be watching this closely. I wanted to look at natural gas. Natural gas right now pulling back a little bit. It's down 2.947, down 0.06. I said we'd look at the UNG for someone. It's at 5.79. This is going to be very interesting because if it can hold, if United States Natural Gas Fund can hold support at the 560s and then have a bounce, that's going to help the weekly a lot. So we'll talk about that when we get back. Basil Chapman does up 137. S&P is up 11. Be right back.
Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
The TAS Profile Scanner Plus, developed by John Logan and his team, is a standalone piece of software that can change the way you trade. Let the TAS Profile Scanner work for you by scanning over 5,000 financial instruments such as stocks, ETFs, commodities, futures, and Forex. Right now, you can get a 30-day free trial to the TAS Profile Scanner Plus right at TFNN.com. And when you sign up, you gain instant access to John Logan's most recent webinar, How Price, Volume, and Time Make Market Profiles So Unique. This hour-long webinar with John Logan will walk you through the most powerful features of the scanner and how you can use it to become a more successful and profitable trader. You pay absolutely nothing for 30 days while you try out this software risk-free. For more information on the TAS Profile Scanner and to get your 30-day free trial today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video, giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Hi everyone, Basil Chapman. I just want to finish doing this one here. So yes, it's a left side, right side price time match. I was asked about GASS. It's Stealth Gas Inc. Right there, left side, right side price time match. It hasn't yet broken. Okay, green. Okay, and I want to take this left side to the point of contact right there. Okay, so yes, it's acting very well. The weekly chart has made a peak E, but it's still very strong. There's this very ugly candle that we're looking at. GASS trading at 4.41, unchanged right now. A horrible opens at 475 on the week of the 10th of March 2017, plummets down to 398. And that candle, we've just gotten into it over the last month or so, actually about a month or so. And what's really interesting is that the weekly chart has started to improve. It's the daily. The daily is looking very good at 441 right now. I'm just going to say, if you are long, I wouldn't do anything. I would just say it could pull back. The 420 to 410 area should be very good support. Nothing to do right now. It's holding well. It's doing very nicely. Very interesting. I think it's a low volume. Yeah, very low volume stock, so most people wouldn't be interested. Let's go through some of the questions. Interest rates. Yeah, I'm looking at the TLT. Just for now, I think that the 30-year is kind of stuck in a range. Actually, there have been Paul says, there have been 3 rate increases by the Federal Reserve. CD rates haven't moved at all. Is this not criminal? If so, you want to reinvest in banks? They're going to make a killing off the spread. Yeah, I think so. And that's the reason why we're still long out in my Traders Corner for subscribers. We're still long financial. It's doing really well. Have a look at Goldman Sachs. What is it doing today? It's up 3.09, made a peak F top in the daily. It's pulling back somewhat. Weekly chart had that left side, right side breakout. It went to 262 above the 255 previous high back in March, I think, of this past year. Yeah, this is very good action. The monthly chart looks like Goldman Sachs is going to be a real player in 2018. I would like to see a pullback under the 250 area to make some kind of decision longer term. But at this point, it's holding very well. So yeah, I understand exactly what you're saying about that. Bob wanted to know about American Express, AXP. AXP right now, I haven't re-notated this. This is E, maybe it's an F right now. Recycled A, B, C. This is a leg D in the weekly chart. Leg C in the monthly is still very strong. Big candle, gaps up today. I think it's going to fill. So American Express at 101, up 144. Technicals are not really confirming this breakout, but price is price, and it's gone to an all-time high. I'm just suggesting to you that over a period of a week and a half to 2 weeks, I would not be surprised if the 102s becomes a strong resistance area, and we see it trade back down, goes to the 98s, maybe even the 97s. Nothing wrong with it. It's just acting fabulously. I do think it needs a timeout. XBD is the XBD, the broker dealer, right? Yeah, broker dealer. Let me just update this. My eye says there was a peak D trading at 271.17. This is really important. In fact, I can't remember now. This might be one that you want to add to your list, to your growing list, Dave. This is a very interesting one, always very interesting. It's one that I usually follow a little bit more closely. I'm about a month behind here. So leg D in the daily chart, leg CD. This is a leg D in the weekly. Oops, the weekly, and it's just bumping to, where did I draw that from? Very long-term resistance. That red line. Wow, this long-time resistance goes back quite a ways. Okay, let me show you this very clearly here. Yeah, this goes back to the low that was made back in week of October the 2nd, 2015. There's a trend line that went exactly to the high that was made at peak G, February of 2000, week of February the 17th of 2017 at 227. The low that we're using here is the low of the week of the 2nd of October of 2015 at 158, and it goes right to these two trend line resistance levels. It's just snuck above it. All right, we've got to watch that very closely. These trend lines work and they don't work, but when they work, it's a fascinating how years can go by and suddenly a trend line that you almost forgot about is in play. It's a leg E weekly and a leg D daily. So as I'm looking at all these different, a symbol is I get $XBD. I think that's how you will get it as well. This is the securities broker dealer ARCA Securities. I think you'll find it really interesting. this is a very important indicator for the mega bull market, and it's at highs. Let's go on. We're going to look at, what was the question? Yeah, so we did that. Next one, Sarah wanted to know about Zoomzy. Zoom, I don't know if I've updated that for a while. I did look at it recently. Yeah, this is a gray B. Okay, so the high of the 30th of November at 22.25 was tested. Yep, exactly. So this is E/C in the weekly, in the daily. In this particular instance, I'm going to be watching this closely. The technicals are really, this is a news-related event, but it has gone to a C in the weekly chart. Cannot ignore that. It's a very strong leg A. Gosh, we looked at a lot of these patterns with this arch that becomes a W in the monthly charts. So at 23 up 250, Zoomzy, Zoomies Inc. Isn't that in the yeah? Oh, you got IA. I'll get to that. I'm going to be watching this. All I can say is that this is a really good move intraday. I would have been surprised about it happening. It must be news related. Maybe it's earnings or something. I don't know. But BKE, Buckle, wow, I have not looked at Buckle for ages. Buckle, let me just do this quickly. It's a trading at 21.40, down 3.15. So this is the low on the 5th of December, and it goes peak A, and this is put an up arrow here, and we'll do this. So it goes A, B, C, and it goes to a D. And what does it do after D? Remember what I just said? D is where other things can happen. Bam, it gets hit, and it goes from the 25s down to the 21s in a day. Good grief. Weekly chart, yeah, I think this is a D actually. A, no, it might be an E. A, B, C. Nah, that's a parallel. Yeah, this is leg D in the weekly chart as well. So I just want to double check. I don't like to do these things off the cuff without 95. Yeah, that's a leg D in the weekly and leg A. Be careful. Buckle is buckling. You know what? I just in the retail, I'm still very nervous about retail. Let's look at Macy's. Macy's made a peak G in the daily on the 26th of December. 26th of December at 27.07, and now it's trading at 24.40. Be careful. I think some of these got a little bit too excited on the way up. They need to do some testing. What was the next thing? The retail RTH. Strong leg E today, but it's making an arch formation. Still very good action, but the technicals don't confirm this. We've got big divergences between price moving high and technicals not. So I'm looking at this leg F/C in the weekly chart. Yeah, RTH, give it a little bit. Let's see on Friday or Monday coming up whether or not it's broken the 91 support. It's at 92.29 right now, down 47 cents. Be right back. Guys, up 134.
Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get 'em, folks.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters. Until recently, it was almost impossible for the average investor to hedge against currency risk in Europe or Japan. For a bold trade on Europe or Japan that protects against moves in currency, trade HEGE or HEGJ, 2 times currency hedged leveraged ETFs from Direction Investments. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Hi everyone, we're back. So now let's look at the IAI is also the same thing, broker-dealer. So let's just go. I want you to look at, so the question is, so that's Buckle. What was that? LB. What LB? Oh, they had a name change. LB. Oh, L Brands. Well, I haven't looked at this for about a week. L Brands, because I was thinking during the holiday season, L Brands, wasn't that, what was it? Victoria's Secret, right? Something like that. So it made a high at peak E on the 26th, day after Christmas. Isn't that amazing? Just like the others. Day after Christmas at 63.10. And what happens? It goes from the 63s to 50.77, down 12% today, down 7.40. That must have come out with some bad news. I'm sure there's a joke there somewhere, but I can't think of one. So LB, trading at 50.72, down 7.44. Yeah, this is a problem. What was the next one? You had M. I think, didn't I look at Macy's just a minute ago? No, I didn't. Macy's, yeah, I did. Made a PG. And the RTH, yeah. So we've looked at those. XRT, I think was another one you wanted to mention this, Sarah. Yeah, XRT. I'm a little confused here. There's no real other way that I can count this other than this has made a peak C yesterday because of the low today. I'm not sure what's going to take it to a D, but I'm watching this one real closely. And I thought that it would just had a handful of the SPDR S&P retail trading at 45.30, down 68. I thought it had just a few, but no, it's got 25. It's got more in the components. So I've got it here with the Groupon, GPS's gap. Anyway, it's got a few Francesca addresses, I think. Sears Holdings. Yeah, so I prefer the RTH myself. Anyway, next thing to look at would be a question I had was, a lot of things. Telephone. Yeah, I hope that's my wife, that she's coming back, but I don't know how. Okay, so looking at the different, I had a question as well about USB trading here. This is USB. There's United States Bancorp. This is a fascinating pattern. Oh, I must look at this chart. I wanted to have it as a buy today. Had exactly this pattern. I love this kind of pattern. No, this is not exactly what I like. I like it to be narrow, but coming down, just down, bumping into resistance and holding support. And the next thing you know, it breaks out. So this is, oh my goodness, hitting the road. Good luck. I'll have to talk to you in a few minutes. Okay, so, essential workers had to go. She had to go, but I guess she's coming home. That's good. USB trading at 55.17, up quite sharply, up 62 cents. So what I was looking at yesterday was CME, and I almost had it as a buy for today. That's exactly what I was looking at. I drew it, I did everything, and I said, you know what? I'm going to hold off on this because if it gaps up, I won't be able to get it. I, in fact, chose a stock down in the 17 area and is having a spectacular day for subscribers. It's more to do with the infrastructure. It's actually up 3.5% just in the day from the time we got it this morning. I preferred that because of I wanted something. CME, I don't really understand. I'm thinking of it more as related to areas that I'm not 100% conversant with, but I love that chart pattern. Narrowed down channel, breaks out. I had it already, and I said, no, I think I'm going to give up. I'm going to go to this other one. I'm pleased I did. So now what we're looking at is, it looks to me like CME, this is the CME group, will go towards the 151.79 all-time high, and that'll make leg D in the weekly and a leg D in the month. No, it'll continue G/C in the monthly chart. This is good action, but overall, I can start to see weakness coming in to the CME maybe within another 2-3 days. If it doesn't make that high now, very soon, to go above the daily high of the 5th of December, I think that's going to be an issue. So that was CME. Well, how did I get there? I got there because of USB. So USB is a little different because it's in an area that you can consider to be the financial area where folks are going to be wanting to put money now. They're going to be wanting to put money in the market. They're going to be doing a lot of things that help. And of course, US banking, has held very well, considering that it did pull back in this arch formation, but it isn't like JP Morgan. So if you have a choice, I prefer, well, if you have lagging, the person asked, if you have other bank stocks, then I would say, yes, as a laggard to play catch up, that's a pretty good way to do it. JP Morgan making a leg D daily, leg F weekly, and a C monthly, still very strong. I'm not going to get in the way of that. So now what we want to look at was a question that came in, SWN. Have I looked at SWN lately? Southwestern Energy, yes, I have. A, B, C, D. In leg D, D daily. 5.97, up 6 cents. Now, I think I'd mentioned earlier that this was a low risk. It was, when it was mentioned to me, I said, because it had come off the bottom, like a double bottom, the weekly chart was starting to show technical improvement. So if you were wrong, I can't remember where I said to put a stop in if you were long, because then you just don't want a part of it. But if it keeps rallying, then it should go higher. And I can't even remember if I think I spoke about this ugly candle back on the 6th of December, 549 to 550, 589 to 549. So we're into that candle. I could do a left side, right side price time match, but it would be to the high of 611. Yeah. So this is it. So 611 is really what you want to see. This is a leg D. Any pullback must hold the 571 9-period moving average support and the 200-period exponential moving average at about 620. That to me is an upside target. Yes, good eye. I like that one. XNG. Have I done XNG lately? No, I haven't. So XNG is actually, this is the breakout that you really want to see. Look, above all the previous highs of the last 2 months, I like that. That makes it leg C in the weekly. XNG's, what is this? The natural gas, Arca natural gas. If you don't mind, Sarah, I'm going to go, Julie, I'm going to go to UNG because that's the one that's giving a better idea for me. The UNG is the tradable of what you were looking at. The pullback that I was anticipating for subscribers, because we looked at this, is a pullback that possibly can get to the 568 level of the, what's the low today? 572. Okay, so this is where, you know what? If you're looking to buy it, I would say you could nibble here, but it might have to fill the gap. It might have to just fill this gap underneath 566. So that's kind of a big percentage. But if you're looking at it as a weekly start of a breakout to the upside in natural gas, then what I would say is you could start a position here. If you're in the position, I'd just say 540, you better be careful if it goes under that. I'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge, heard daily at TFNN.com and author of Mastering Probability, a daily investment and trading newsletter service that I send out each morning by 8 a.m. My morning newsletter service covers exactly what the markets have been doing since last night's close, providing you with an edge on your trading day ahead. You get actionable trading ideas, including the exact entry, stop, and profit targets. Plus, I'll teach you the patterns and hidden market correlations that will make you a better trader. As a subscriber, you'll gain access to my 90-minute money management workshop, where I'll teach you the secrets that'll save your assets. The bottom line, I've got your back, including a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the type of analysis I provide each trading day by signing up for Mastering Probability today. With nothing to lose, this is an offer you should not pass on. Mastering Probability can be found under Trading Newsletters on the front page of TFNN.com.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
Hi, folks. This is Steve Rhodes. Stay tuned for another great hour of the Trader's Edge, heard here at TFNN.com.
So I was asked about Brent. Brent is going in the weekly chart, in the monthly chart, leg C. The daily chart, wow, I'm just getting sequentially higher because the MACD's gone sequentially higher. So this is an F, but it definitely has broken out to all the resistance on the left. And the, let's see, the daily, I'm going to call this G/C. There's nothing here yet to say that it's turning down. So this is very strong action. Most important about this is the MACD and stochastic and the daily are very strong, so is the unbalanced volume. And that's saying at 18.48 up 3 cents. The real support is between 1803 and 1783 on a short-term basis. So far, it's acting really well. And of course, the weather is adding to this. So before we wrap up, let me say a couple of things. Number one, hopefully we don't get wiped out here. Well, we're having a whiteout, but hopefully the services keep going and everything can work out so that I can do my call for tomorrow morning and do the show tomorrow morning. We'll see what happens, but it is really thick, really bad outside here in Newton, Massachusetts, and we'll see what happens. But in the meantime, back at the ranch, all-time highs. Let's just go through this quickly again. Dow has resistance, is at 25,077. It's gone right through 25,000. Let's see how it holds above 25,000. Weekly chart is in leg E. Monthly chart is still a very strong leg E. That's making the whole support area of 24,800 to 24,700. That's going to be key over the next week or two. But I think on looking at the different stocks, I suspect that we're getting real close to some kind of consolidation. But in the meantime, back at the ranch, you don't want to fight this. And the VIX index didn't even do that today. But the VIX index down at 9.14 is about to, 856 was a low made back in November. You remember it was an historical low, 856. I'm not sure we're going to get there right now. I think right at this point we'll start to see some of the fund managers starting to buy some insurance. That's not a guarantee. That's just insurance. That's not even a trend recognition. But if there is a change, the VIX quickly could go to 981, the 9-period exponential moving average. We'll see what happens. Very interesting market right now. Have a great day. I'll be back with Tom later on. My service keeps working as it has been. Have a great day. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow. Stay tuned.
No matter what kind of trader you are, 2018 is a great time to try out a subscription to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. Whether you just plan on diversifying your portfolio with some exposure to gold and gold mining equities, or you're a gold bull that sees 2018 as the year of commodities, now is a great time to sign up for the Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his Gold Report every Monday morning before the market opens and covers a variety of topics including gold, silver, platinum, copper, the XAU and HUI, the dollar, bonds, South African rand, as well as more than 20 of the most actively traded mining equities. Start your 2018 off with a bang and sign up for the Gold Report today. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. For all the details and to start your subscription right now, visit the front page of TFNN.com and you'll find the Gold Report under Investment Newsletters.